A new report shows flaws in Maryland's handling of ankle monitoring cases. The report says policies differ from county to county, leading to challenges.
Fox 45's Jessica Babb joins us live to explain the changes some advocates are calling for across the state. Jessica.
So this new report points out a lack of consistency in how adult ankle monitor cases are handled all across the state. Officials behind the report say the patchwork program needs to be improved, and the report itself is actually calling for and suggesting a statewide system with more oversight. But some police experts say that might not actually be the best solution, as officials have been sounding the alarm, questioning the use of ankle monitors in Maryland.
Obviously, the home detention system isn't working well in a lot of areas in the state of Maryland.
This new report from the Justice Policy Institute says the current electronic monitoring system is full of flaws.
All the counties in Maryland are doing it differently, and that is causing the biggest confusion and challenges for individuals.
The report says some jurisdictions have different criteria for who's eligible for monitoring, and some people get way more leeway than others in what they can and can't do, depending on what county they live in. Some counties are also using electronic monitoring for pretrial purposes way more than others. Jasmine Tyler, the executive director of the Justice Policy Institute, says
we've seen places like PG County and St. Mary's County use electronic monitoring heavily, and some other counties like Montgomery and Baltimore County are not using it as much.
The report goes on to say the system as it stands hasn't been effective at getting people to court or reducing people reoffending. The report saying, simply stated, pretrial practices in Maryland are inconsistent, inefficient, unfair, and unsafe.
There are some real inequalities that we see in the application.
The double shooting outside the Columbia Mall earlier this year in February points to some of the problems with the system. Emerson Zaya was arrested after the shooting, where 2 people died in Howard County. But before that incident ever happened, Zaya was placed on pretrial home monitoring, stemming from a November attempted murder charge. According to court docs, Zaya violated the terms of his release several times in the days leading up to the shooting near the Columbia Mall. But the home detention company, Advantage Sentencing Alternative Programs, didn't file a notification with the court until the day before the shooting. Now, this new report is calling on state leaders to establish a statewide pretrial system with more oversight, saying the patchwork system still needs improvement.
It really does ensure equity and consistency off the bat.
But while Betsy Brantner Smith, a spokesperson for the National Police Association, acknowledges the issues,
I think obviously there needs to be changes to the home detention system in the state of Maryland, because there are too many people that are violating home detention, that are committing crimes with that ankle monitor on.
She argues a statewide policy isn't the best plan.
I think when you look at the DJS system, which is a statewide system, they haven't done a very good job very often of dealing with juvenile offenders. So I'm not sure that a statewide system for home detention is going to do any better.
And Jasmine Tyler with the Justice Policy Institute, in response to those criticisms, in part said if there was a statewide adult system, that could potentially bring more authority and resources than what DJS currently has. Live in Baltimore, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.